Yo, I think these niggas found a new formula for success, and it all starts with proper dental hygiene. I mean, I gotta get my shit on game. Hold on, I'm shit, nigga, cause I'm next, nigga. Fuck. Shit's gonna happen. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. We got an album review today. We're gonna be talking about the brand new album that just fucking dropped from a group of niggas who I knew nothing fucking about, but y'all were blowing me up. They was like, Granddad, you gotta check this out. Granddad, did you listen to the album? Granddad, listen to the shit, nigga. You ain't gonna be disappointed. I swear to God, if y'all can stop asking me, I did it. Fuck, I listened to the shit. So now we're talking about the new album from a group of niggas from Arizona. I didn't even know niggas was still rapping in Arizona. The last motherfucker to come out of Arizona was Willie North Pole, and that shit did not work out at all. Luda. Talking about the new album from Injury Reserve entitled Floss. Now, for those who don't know, Injury Reserve is a trio straight out of Tempe, Arizona. It consists of rappers Steppa J, Groggs, and Richie with the T, and their producer, Parker Corey. They actually had an album before this, their Live from the Dentist Office album, which really got them on the radar. But this is their follow-up, and a lot of people been hype about this shit. But I never knew. These motherfuckers went straight off my radar. I had no idea these niggas even existed. But apparently, out of popular demand, and everybody wants me to listen to this shit, and I'm hearing a lot of good shit about this album, I finally checked it out. So now let's see if Floss is an album that's just super clean like the shit you do with the floss and shit, or if it's an album that's like, you know, when you go to the dentist's office and the dentist asks you, did you been flossing? You be like, yeah, I floss here and there. They're like, you lying, nigga. You ain't flossing a good 2 or 3 months. I see the shit. I see the shit in your teeth. You fucked up. Why you lying? You know you ain't listening to this shit because you know you don't give a fuck. Let's talk about it. And when I first popped in this album and tuned into the production, which is all done by Parker Corey, who, like I said, I'm not fucking familiar with, but apparently this nigga low-key been hiding some crazy fucking beats on stage because this is a very talented producer. He's got a wide range of sounds and varieties on here that I really appreciate. He's got bangers, but he's also got some smooth, jazzy joints. He's also got some alternative sounding joints, and he just really just comprises all these sounds together on this album. And honestly, though, there's some fucking tracks on here that I really, really like and enjoy. They grew on me. At first, I was kind of thrown off by just the whole approach of what Injury Reserve was because I wasn't too familiar. But as I really dove into what the production and the sounds and the things that Parker Corey was utilizing, I realized that this dude's pretty goddamn talented. He also uses a lot of cool instrumentation on here. You got pianos and you got fucking horns and all kinds of instruments and shit, but he also samples on here, and he does a really good job of sampling using different like parts of songs and things like that and just kind of incorporating them into the beats as well. And he just really made some really solid sounding beats. I really overall liked them. There were some tracks on here that I really didn't care too much for, but just this general skeleton and the sound and the things that he does on here, I can respect and appreciate. And Parker Corey is a pretty damn dope producer. Like, you know, you gotta see what's going on in Arizona because apparently they got some fucking heat over there. They they got literal heat because it's Arizona. And I heard it's hot as shit, but that heat is translating to this nigga Parker Corey for some reason because he making fucking fire ass beats. So now let's see what Steppa and Richie with the T brought to these fire ass beats, and let's see if they just as dope as their producer, because like sometimes it happens. Like sometimes you got a fire ass producer, but the rappers are whack as fuck and it ruins every goddamn thing. Let's talk about it. Now, when it comes to Steppa and Richie with the T, they both come in with some very unique and interesting styles. They kind of remind me of the Cool Kids, the Chicago outfit from a few years back, but they also have little elements of just like classic old school hip hop, but with a modernized twist, the way that they do it and with their chemistry and whatnot. You got Steppa, who's a real laid back, sort of just like chill type of MC, and then you got Richie with the T, who's just like this high energy, like screaming at you all the goddamn time, but it still sounds kind of dope, so you accept it, but you feel kind of offended sometimes, but it's cool. It's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you're a little excited. You're just a little hype. You're just a little hype. But with that huge contrast of styles, it really ends up working out well with the group because you got Parker, who comes in with so many just different types of beats and sounds that you got beats where Richie with the T shines and you got beats where Steppa shines, but they both just come in and really work well together, and their group chemistry is just really, really fucking good. And you can tell that they're really just having fun with what they're doing, but still bringing a legitimate sound and a legitimate approach to what they're doing with their music, which is really fucking dope. And in all, I really just like their subject matter. I mean, they're talking about their come up, they're talking about where they are right now, where they want to go, and it's pretty much just showing that this is an up and coming group out of somewhere that really nobody was looking at or cared about as far as hip hop music is concerned, and they built their own fan base and they're really just reaping the benefits from that, which is really fucking cool. I like their come up story, and I know that they're gonna just keep progressing and getting better, and they're just bringing something really, really cool, unique, fun, energetic, but also very, very rooted in just what hip hop really is, which is dope as well. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, when I first listened to this album, the very first listen, I was like, man, it was cool. Actually, I didn't even get through it. I just kind of cut it off because I was like, I wasn't thoroughly impressed. I'm not gonna, that's what it was. Then I said, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot. I went back, I listened to it again, still wasn't too impressed. Third listen, it started to kind of click. I was like, okay, this shit's kind of catchy. I kind of see what they're bringing, what their approach is. By the fourth listen, I was like, oh shit, man, they said we want some more hits. I was like, what the fuck happened? I don't know what the injury reserve just, I don't know what, they just flipped the switch on me, and I get it now. And now I just see what these dudes are bringing, and they really are fucking dope, and they just really are just a unique outfit that are bringing something really cool to the table that I haven't seen in a while. And the fact that they've only been out for a couple years, they're doing some really high quality work for that short amount of time, so you gotta appreciate that shit. Now, you know I gotta give you my top 5 tracks, and this was a little difficult, y'all, because like I said, out the gate, I really wasn't too hype on the album. It all had to grow on me, but I finally found 5 songs that I was like, yo, these are my shit right now, and it is Oh Shit, Bad Boys 3, All This Money, S on Your Chest, and Look Mama, I Did It. Now, most of those songs are like in the front half, and then like Look Mama, I Did It is actually the very last song, so that middle chunk is like, it's cool, but it's like, it's good, but it ain't as good as the out the gate. So we're gonna go back up to the top. So the first song, Oh Shit, is the lead single and the first song on the album. And this is pretty much just like that oh shit moment, like, yo, these motherfuckers are back. They are bringing it to another level. The intensity, it is a crazy banger. It's got some chilling piano on there, but some hard hitting drums. It's just a dope fucking track. They come in with some high energy flows, crazy hook. It's just like so goddamn catchy. It's like, it's infectious. At the first listen, I was like, okay, this is like, I was just taken aback by how much energy was being put out. But as I really just processed the song and realized what was going on, this song is fucking catchy as shit. It's so goddamn dope. It gets you fucking hyped. It even got a little auto-tune at the back end that I really don't even mind. It's actually kind of catchy. It's the first time I can say auto-tune on here actually worked out for me, because most of the time I say fuck that shit, but on here it worked out. But Richie with the T comes in with a crazy hook and verse. Steppa comes in with a crazy verse. The beat on here by Park is just insane. It's just like, this song is like, I see why this was the first single and the first joint off the album, because it just sets the tone and just shows the intensity and the level and just how much fun you about to have listening to this album. So definitely check out this shit. You can't avoid it. You probably already heard it, but if you haven't, it's the first song, so don't skip it, nigga, because you're gonna be like, oh shit, I missed out on some good shit. Dope track. The next song is Bad Boys 3, and this is sort of a spin on the Bad Boys movie franchise with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. And I mean, I wish they would make a 3 shit. I mean, it would really be dope, but I mean, anyway, maybe they might be. I heard some stories that it might happen. But this song here is fucking dope. It's got a nice, another hard-hitting beat on here. Comes in with a sample. It's the same sample that was on the Dilated People's This Way song from like the Neighborhood Watch album. So like, I kind of picked that up. That was very noticeable to me. So they used that sample in here, and it actually worked out pretty well. At first, I was like, meh, but as it grew on me, just like the rest of the album, it grew on me, and I actually really like it. And actually, Steppa J comes out with a Fonte sort of line. He says, I went from niggas telling me I really shouldn't rhyme and dropping a classic joint motherfuckers couldn't find. So he started off with that Fonte line. I was like, okay, that's respect. This motherfucker knows about little brother, Mr. Okay, all right, Steppa. I was respect on that shit. So that really got me. And then the whole rest of the fucking verse was dope, as well as Richie with the T comes in with his high energy flows. And they even have some actual Bad Boys references, which is really cool. So I just like the whole vibe of the song, and they just keep flowing with that momentum and energy, and it really just sounds good. And for the most part, they're just striking on 10 with this album out the gate. So definitely check that shit out. It's dope. A lot of cool references on there. Got nothing more to say. It's just fucking crazy. Check it out. The next song is All This Money, and just like oh shit, this is just one of them crazy, catchy, just banger tracks, but the beat on here is just so infectious. Like the drums on here just got these rapid, just banging drums, and it's just crazy, funky horn on there. Like Parker Corey came in with a crazy beat. Like the beat on here is like the most shining moment. But then you got Richie with the T coming in with another crazy fucking hook. Like the hook on here is just so fucking dope. It's just like, I ain't even gonna do it. It's just like, it's just fucking dope though. You gotta listen to the shit. And Steppa and Richie are pretty much just talking about their newfound, I guess you would call it wealth. I mean, it probably ain't wealth, but they doing a little bit better in the bank account right now. And they just pretty much saying, yo, like, we got all this money now. We used to be broke as fuck, working bullshit ass jobs. And now we got a little money coming in from this rap thing. Shit's working out. So so we gonna make a money anthem. And it's a really just fun song, and really just puts a dope spin on just the whole money aspect when it comes to rap music. It's like they're stunting, but they're not really stunting. It's just pretty much saying like, yo, they're appreciating the fact that these niggas now have money, and they really just enjoy the fact that it's a lot better to have money. Cause nigga, I'm still broke. I need some shit, nigga. So like, yo, I feel you on that one. I probably do the same goddamn thing. I don't fucking know. But it's a dope ass track. The beat on here is fucking money. The hook on here is fucking money. Everything is money. That's probably why I call this shit All This Money. Cause like, it's just making that shit. Cause it's fucking dope. Check it out. The next song is S on Your Chest, and I really like this song. The beat on here is my favorite part, I have to say, as well, is because it's just this real jazz rap type beat. It's pure fucking jazz rap, real smooth groove. I love the vibe of it. It's really dope. And when it comes to Richie with the T and Steppa, they come in with some cool verses. Even though on Richie with the T's verse, he takes a little slight dig at Big Pooh from Little Brother. He was like, yo, if Groggs is Fonte, I guess I'm early A, because they say that nigga Big Pooh, he kind of lame. Like, Big Pooh ain't lame. I mean, okay, I get what, I mean, look, he's not lame. Like, he's dope. I mean, yeah, compared to Fonte, and, you know, he wasn't on that level at times, but you ain't gotta say lame. I mean, Pooh done stepped it up. Why you gotta shit on Pooh? That's just shit on Pooh. You know what the fuck I mean. But it's pretty much just them talking about how they feel like they are the best, especially on the up and coming rap scene. And, you know, they got an S on their chest like, I'm a Batman dude. I don't fuck with Superman, but I get what you're saying. But I mean, yo, I get the whole S on your chest theme, and they just have some really cool, dope lines on here, coming with some nice verses. And like I said, the beat on here is just in general really, really dope. So definitely check it out. It's dope. And Big Pooh, I fucks with you. Don't worry about them. I fuck with you. I don't think you lame, nigga. I mean, you done did some shit. You really have. And the last song is Look Mama, I Made It. This is also the last song on the album. It's a very personal, deep song, really just like low-key chill beat on here. But it's pretty much just them appreciating and telling their parents or their mamas that, yo, we made it. After all this hard work and all this time and all the stress and struggle we put you through trying to do this rap thing, it's actually starting to work out. And we made it. And we just want to just say, yo, we appreciate all the shit that you put up with, because we know you want us to get a fucking job. And you're like, yo, this shit ain't going to work. But we had to prove you wrong, because this is what we really wanted to do. And as a rapper, I can understand that. It's like, you know, you want to just like make your parents proud of whatever it is you want to do, even if sometimes they don't see the vision that you see. You got to kind of prove it to them with results, and they have finally gotten those results. So it's a dope track. I just like the vibe of it, and it's just like a really good way to cap off an album that I think is just overall very well put together and very solid. And that's my top 5, y'all. And like I said, for the most part, I really enjoyed this album as time went along and it grew on me. But there were still some songs here that I really didn't care for, and I still kind of skip over. I mean, you got songs like What's Goody that I really didn't care too much for, and Girl with the Gold Wrist, and Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Those types of songs I just really didn't like. They didn't gel with me. Like, I kind of see like they had the energy, they had things like that, but I just didn't really stick with those songs compared to the other songs. But for the most part, I feel like with the 12 songs that Injury Reserve put out on this album, they came out with a majority of really, really dope tracks and really put together a solid, cohesive piece of work, and they really are just improving. I mean, like, I can see, like, I from the only 2 albums in, I listened to Live from the Dentist's Office, and from here to now, you can see the clear improvement, the higher confidence, and they're just really just intensifying. So I can't wait to see what they do on the next album, whatever dental theme they're gonna do. I don't fucking know, but like apparently they on the right track with this shit. So big ups to them. Young dudes coming out of Arizona making their own name, and it is working out well for them. So shit, this album is really, really dope, and they really put together a quality piece of work. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Injury Reserve Floss is a really dope, well put together album that does have some songs here and there that I don't really care too much for. All I'm saying is that the production on here is very, very good. Parker Corey comes through with a wide assortment of sounds and styles and beats that these dudes can go over and rock over. And as far as the rappers themselves, Steppa and Richie with the T bring a really good energy and chemistry on these beats, and they just work well together. They have the contrasting styles, but it just fucking works. And I forgot to mention the features, I don't know why, but it wasn't many. It was only Cakes the Killer and Vic Mensa. They came in and they did their damn thing, but Injury Reserve is the forefront of here, and they really do shine out of anybody else in here, and they really put together a really solid project, minus a few tracks here and there that I really didn't care too much for, but for the most part, they put together a really, really dope project with some really good content and subject matter. And I think that these dudes are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the coming years, because their first 2 albums have already been well received so well, and I know they're going to keep stepping it up. I mean, and I got nothing more to say. These dudes are dope, and like much respect to them for making their own way, coming out of Arizona, making a name for themselves, and they're actually working and building momentum, and I want to see more from them. So all I gotta say is that for me, Injury Reserve Floss is not Granddad approved, but I will give it a very highly Granddad recommended. And it don't got to approve because I didn't love the entire album. The middle chunk of it is where it really kind of slowed down for me, and I really just didn't like the songs. But out the gate, the shit was fire. It ended off very well. There's a lot of good content in here, but there are just some songs in here that I just don't bother to listen to or care to listen to. But for the most part, these dudes did their damn thing. And I say, y'all made me listen to this shit. I will say thank you, because now I'm on game, and I will be looking forward to what they're doing next. So I appreciate that, y'all. Good looking out. But I got nothing more to say. Injury Reserve, Floss. It's very highly Granddad recommended. So go check out the shit right now. Flip it. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Injury Reserve Floss. If you've heard it, if you have not heard it, like I said, it's very dope. A lot of crazy dope tracks on here, bangers on here, some smooth groove joints, and for the most part, they put together a really dope album, minus a few songs here and there. For me personally, you may like all the shit. Me, I just like, it was like 75% I was fucking with, 75-80%, but overall, it's a good fucking album. Previous videos on the side as well as my latest single. Check that out, show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram, links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below, Woolly Reviews, twice a week, as well as CDK Studies and the gaming channel. Check all that shit out. And if you're indie anything and you want your shit spotlighted, info below. And I ain't got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, GranddadEnt, Injury Reserve, Floss. Motherfuckers made a good ass album. Shit, I need to get my dental hygiene up. Apparently, I mean, I'm good, y'all. I get the cleanings and I brush twice a day. Sometimes I fuck up on the floss, but I use Listerine. I heard that's better. I don't know. I gotta ask my dentist about that shit. I'm out of here.